Alright, it's the bunker again, but it's different because you're behind bars. I guess this is a Russian jail. I don't know, it's just a bunker, but now there's a couple of cells in here. And you use your special Bond gadget to watch magnet attract. And you take the key from the guard and jump out, and I don't know what that area is. And sometimes you can get a throwing knife if you come out with the magnet attract going. This is where I feel Double O Agent really starts, because this is like one of the harder levels. There's a ton of guards and not really a lot of places to take cover, and also if you take Natalia out of the cell with you, it just makes the level really hard, which is what I used to do, but this is a trick that like everybody knows. You just leave Natalia in the cell, and it makes it much easier to deal with. It makes the level completely easy to deal with and just come back for it later. I used to come into this level, this part of the level, as a skiing screensaver I always like, into that room to like fight off the hordes and hordes of guards with the computers at the safe that I was just in. That's where I would normally go. But I've recently changed my tactics when I was recording this and found that just running into this room is easier. Because this level, it doesn't have infinitely spawning guards, but it has a ton of guards in it. And Goldeneye does this thing where certain guards, if they're aware of you, or if you shot at them or something, they will make copies of themselves. And I'm just shooting the fuck out of the wall because I was getting really nervous here. Well, not the wall, the door. I was just getting really freaked out right here because they were just coming at me. There were so many of them, and I had died a lot like right at the beginning because this is where most of them come at you. I didn't even manage to get hurt there. I just shot off a ton of hats. But yeah, they make copies of themselves until the original copy is killed, and it's not always like guaranteed the original copy will be like near you. Normally, I don't really know completely how it works. I just know that I've read that, and that does seem to be true, at least for this level, because guards will seem to infinitely spawn for a while. I guess not infinitely, but temporarily spawn a lot, and then but once you kill all the main guards inside of the level, there won't be any more spawning guards, and that's not true for every level. Some levels just have guards spawning no matter what. Or at the very least, it seems like it. These levels are pretty short. I don't spend a ton of time in them, so because I know what to do. I've played the game a million times, and that's the same guy that shows up if you in the previous level if you just start the computer instead of destroying it. But yeah, my tactic for this level has changed quite a bit. It used to be just stand back in that first room with the safe and just kill the hordes and hordes of guards, but now I just kind of take them out from the cell room, as many as I can, and then try and progress through the level, because that seems to work. Now, I really like this tunnel area. I always thought it was cool as a kid. I always felt like I was getting really deep in the level, and the drone guns made it really foreboding. They're actually really easy to destroy. Me getting hit by that was just carelessness, I think. I know I was listening to the G4 icons of Oddworld while playing this. I might have looked over at the screen. But this is an area where it just feels like you're not supposed to be here. It feels like a restricted area. At least it did to me as a kid. I just thought this area was really cool with the drone guns and the lighting. Like how it would be dark and then there'd be like the red light there. You gotta be careful of this area because there's a camera up on the upper left, and if those alarm guards find you, you're pretty much fucked. Well, if the alarm goes off and the alarm guard catch up to you, which they will, you're pretty much fucked. Because you also have a ton of other guards in this level, and they really hide the cameras in this level and spread them out. If you don't know how to tactically approach this level, you're just gonna fuck up. Normally I kill him in one shot, but you're just gonna get overwhelmed if you don't know how to approach the level, because there's so many guards. I remember I had a really tough time with this level as a kid. When I came back to it to do the test play and everything, I kept missing this camera right here. And also, I just kept getting overwhelmed and I couldn't figure out how to tactically approach the level because there were just guards everywhere. Here's a videotape you have to retrieve. I'll just shoot it off the table. But the cover that you see right there is actually different than the cover in the menu. But it's just the Goldeneye videotape, just promotion for the movie. But I kind of like that. That's interesting. I really liked it as a kid because I had that videotape, and I'm not sure if it's the exact same cover, but I just thought that was interesting that was in the game. I liked self-awareness like that, and it was just an interesting, like, sort of secret. You might never even know that it looks like that. You might just think it's some regular tape, but this level has a lot of pick-up items for objectives. But yeah, you gotta get, there's also like a ton of key cards you gotta get from those guys with the double clogs. They're like commanders, I guess. At least you get a good gun for this level. KF-7 Soviet is a good gun. There's a camera on the left there. And then that guy's coming. You never know when a guard's gonna come running down the corner, because I've gotten killed right here, waiting for guards right there, and then got killed from someone coming up behind me. You just never know when someone's gonna spawn in behind you. And there's a story I have with this level. I always remember it. I don't really think it's particularly interesting, but I will always think of it every time I play this level. Like one time back in like high school, it might have even been like 8th grade, I'd been talking to this girl and like trying to get her to, I guess, be my girlfriend, you know? Because she was like thinking about how she was like thinking about if she wanted to be with me or not. I don't remember the whole thing. It was really stupid. But I remember I was talking to her on the phone, and I was playing this level, and it was back when I used to hold myself up in the room with the safe and just let waves and waves of guards come at me. And I remember her telling me on the phone that she doesn't like me, and she doesn't want to be with me, and it was like just kind of out of nowhere and like aggressive, and she was acting weird when we were talking, and then she just came out with that. And I remember trying to make it seem like, you know, oh, whatever. You know, like I didn't care, but like I just didn't know how to approach the situation. I don't really remember what happened after that, but I guess it was just so traumatic that I will always remember it. And this is a glitch I've only gotten on this cartridge, is where if I close the door after an enemy's become aware of me, they'll stop coming after me. I never had that, or at least I don't remember having that glitch on my original cartridge. And like I think I've said before, like in the first video, that this is not the cartridge that I played as a kid, sadly. Which, that thing's got to have like at least 1,000 hours of gameplay on it, for just tons and tons of failed attempts and just replays of levels that I had a lot of fun with. And multiplayer, of course, like everyone, I played a ton of multiplayer in Goldeneye. And the multiplayer was actually just an afterthought that they threw in real fast and became a huge thing. See, that's what I'm talking about, guys coming up behind you. Luckily I closed the doors, but you get a lot of ammo for this level too in Double Agent. This room has a ton of guys in it too. They come out from these little alcoves. Whoa, hey guys! I was actually trying to avoid them, and then they were all right there. But luckily, they had already started the animation of shooting past me. You normally get body armor in this area on top of one of these crates, and one of these guys drops like a red document. That I remember when I would play on Double Agent, I'd go and kill that guy because I thought that area was cool, and I liked the red document because I was like, what is this? Because it's not one of the regular objectives on Agent, but you have to get it on Double Agent. You have to get that red document and that white document I got a while back. And I was just checking my objectives there. Oh yeah, and right here, before I go grab Natalia, because you need her for this area, I just take out the guards in here. This is pretty much, you've got the level completed at this point. Although I did get hit. And there's no body armor in this level. Only a couple levels have body armor. I'm surprised at like any, because I don't think any in Perfect Dark had any shields, which is the body armor equivalent. See that glitch happen again where it just... Yeah, AI fucked up and just didn't care. And the AI was like never perfect on this game, especially since they attack in animations. This is like the only first-person shooter I think that attacks in animations. I don't know what the hell those explosive things are back there, but they're not in there in the original bunker level. And that's the last fucking keep wanting to say computer camera. It's kind of hidden. I imagine that area over there is like a kitchen or something. I guess 'cause I thought those explosive things kind of seemed like stoves. Here I kind of get lost, just because I don't know like, I don't have the layout memorized because it looks like exactly the same. I start going the wrong way. I wish I didn't get lost. I hate when I get lost because I want it to look like I really know what I'm doing, and I still fucking get lost. I'm just horribly directionally challenged. When I first started driving, it was a real problem, but there's the glitching Soviet Russia document you have to get with 2 PP7 silenced in it for some reason. That's not a good weapon. That little dance she does right there, I remember doing that to her when I was a kid, and my mom saw me doing that, and when she was in the room, and she said, "What are you doing to her? Stop doing that." Well, I always thought it was funny to do that. But yeah, it's weird that those 2 silenced PP7s are in that safe, because it's not a good weapon, and you wouldn't get it till later in the level anyway. I like shooting those computers down. It reminds me of that Infiltration Area 51 level in Perfect Dark, where there's a hidden safe with 2 silenced Falcon 2s. But that's right at the beginning of the level, and in an area where stealth is useful. Stealth isn't really, like, as useful in this game. It's not really that useful in Perfect Dark either, but this game, in a lot of ways, is just kind of like a lesser Perfect Dark. There's a computer with a map on it that makes a very interesting sound. Uh-oh. The music just changed. Shit just got fucking serious. Okay, so yeah, this is not how you actually meet Natalia in the movie, but whatever, she's gotta be introduced somehow. I don't know what she did to get arrested, but we've got to escape. I must destroy the computer. So I guess this is supposed to be, well, where the Goldeneye gets fired on Severnaya in the movie, but Bond was not there, and they were never like captured like this in the movie. I loved that alarm sound, and I loved that cutscene as a kid. I thought that was so cool. And I was trying to rush past her, because if she is in front of you in the cutscene, she'll come out first, and if you rush past her, you'll be out first, which I always thought was interesting. But yeah, it's a much more fun level, and it's quite a bit better than the others, and it's just going to get harder.